Can I beat every gauntlet in one sitting? Now, I know a lot of you guys would immediately say no, which is fair, but at the moment I'm editing this video, there are 41 gauntlets, each coming with 5 levels. So assuming each level is 2 minutes on average, and there are a total of 205 levels to beat, that means if I one-shot everything at maximum efficiency, this challenge should take me... There's only one rule to this challenge. Beat all the gauntlets in one sitting. I'm allowed to take breaks, but just not like literally sleeping and working on it the next day. I know Technical did this challenge back in 2.1 where there were only a measly 15 gauntlets and it took him 6 hours to beat every gauntlet. But I've done some crazy things in my career. 1, I got a girlfriend, which statistically that already makes me the top 1% of all Geometry Dash players. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to shout out my beautiful girlfriend. She's really amazing. 2, I played 9 circles for almost 74 hours straight, getting the world record for the single most completions of 9 circles at like 900. So if I could do that, then maybe I could do this. There are a lot of interesting questions I had, like what gauntlet took me the longest? What single level took me the longest to complete? And funnily enough, the level that took me the longest to beat isn't even the hardest level in all of the gauntlets. What gauntlet level is the easiest? What are the easiest gauntlets? All of these questions and more will be answered today in this video. So without further ado, let's just start this challenge. And you can keep track of my progress here as I had a timer permanently running on the bottom right of my screen. I jumped in with a simple plan. I wanted to get the really hard gauntlets out of the way first and leave the easy ones for last. So I started off with the appropriately named Demon Gauntlet because if you're gonna suffer, you might as well start strong. It starts off with sidestep and this level is pretty easy. The only tricky part is this dual part right here, which I actually died to. But I beat this level really quickly in just 12 minutes. Next up was traction, which I never was really a big fan of back in the day. The gameplay of this level is kind of mid, it's kind of buggy, and to make it worse, there's this very annoying click at 80% where you have to hit this orb as early as possible or else this happens, which is very frustrating when you're going from 0.
But they immediately...
What? How did I? Huh? Are you serious, bro? I ended up dying to that click a couple times, but after taking longer than I expected, I managed to finish up. Okay, next up, go, speed run. 30 minutes though is pretty bad considering that I've beaten these demons many times before in my career. And honestly, I did kind of expect to beat all of them in less than 10 attempts. I knew I was still chilling though because this next demon is Mechanical Showdown, which is also the first medium demon of this challenge. But I've beaten this level way too many times in the past and I practically knew it by memory. Oh my god, I remember this part. The only actual tricky part of this level is the UFO section where the click pattern isn't obvious. But after a couple of minutes of figuring it out, I managed to get it and swiftly defeated this demon in my fastest time yet. Nice. And the next 2 demons in the gauntlet are nothing special, except for this death right here when I played Vibration, where I thought this yellow decoration was a jump pad, and I thought my ship was gonna go fly. Dude, I thought that was a jump pad! And Hell by Sir Pudge was just as easy, and I literally beat it in 7 minutes. I blinked and it was over. Sir Pudge really said, nah, I'll go easy on you this time, but he comes back, trust me. He'll get his revenge on me. Yeah, so even though I had a pretty bad start, taking 30 minutes to beat the first 2 demons, I managed to make it up with the next 3, which is awesome. And so, I had my first gauntlet done in only an hour. Only 40 more to go! Easy, right? But this wasn't the hardest gauntlet. In fact, it's not even close. Here's how I plan to keep track of my progress during this challenge. My friend Math Genius made me a spreadsheet that listed all the gauntlets in order by their difficulty on average based on the GDDL. The top of the list is the hardest of the gauntlets and the bottom of the list are the easiest of the gauntlets. And as you can see here, the Demon Gauntlet is only the 4th hardest gauntlet there is. So naturally, if I want to beat this challenge, I had to defeat all of the hardest gauntlets first, since that's where I'm going to have the most energy. So that means next up is the Doom Gauntlet, which is scary because the Doom Gauntlet has 2 hard demons, which are the only 2 hard demons in the entirety of this challenge. So no wonder it's at the top of the list. So I just jumped straight into the Doom Gauntlet and wanted to get it done as soon as possible. What'd you do? If someone donated 500? Dude, I'd go naked on stream. Okay, I mean, maybe not that far, but it starts off easy though with only an easy demon, Extinction. And by the way, Michelle was trying to beat ICDX on stream today, so I decided to put her stream on the bottom right of my screen so me and my chat could watch her play ICDX while I'm playing. Anyways, Extinction was surprisingly easy and super sight readable. All I had to do was lock in and it was beaten in like 5 minutes, which is kind of insane. And the next one as well was incredibly easy. Maybe too easy? You know it's bad when a Geometry Dash level starts feeling like a trust exercise because on video, it may look kind of challenging. I mean, the song sounds kind of scary, but I figured out some parts of the level are literally auto. Oh, I don't even click there? I'm dead. That's funny. That's just auto. Huh? Yeah, you can let go during the wave parts. This has to be one of the easiest demons I think I've ever played. Bro, I can't say it's auto and then die like that, bro. I'm so bad. And just like the previous one, I beat this in 6 minutes. At this point, I think the real easy demon here is just my attention span. But this gauntlet gives you a false sense of security because coming up was Skrill Highway. And oh my god, this might be the 3rd medium demon we've played so far, but it was also the 1st medium demon that felt like a medium demon to me. Did I seriously just say medium demon 3 times in one sentence? This UFO section gave me a little bit of trouble because the click pattern isn't inherently obvious, and then it goes into this super fast cube section. And in my first practice run, I just had no idea what the hell was going on. Oh my god, what is this gameplay? What the hell? I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just clicking. And this spider section, oh my god, I hate so much. For some reason, there's this spike right here, which I kept dying to that you have to memorize. And admittedly, I did get a little frustrated. Why is that spike there? Who put that? It's not a good sign when I'm an hour in and I'm already screaming like this. But thankfully, the level turns very easy after that. So all I have to do is remember to click late right here so I don't die. And wouldn't you have known, after remembering to click there late, I managed to pass the spider first try and get to the ending, and it was basically GG from there. Never mind, turns out I died to the first ball click. Not a good look. It wasn't too bad though because it only took me 4 minutes to get back there and swiftly defeated the level. There you go. That one was the hardest one so far. But this is where the difficulty really picks up, because up next is the first hard demon of this gauntlet, No Wise, which is definitely no wise of me to do this challenge. Not gonna lie, that pun kind of hurt me more than the actual level did. But anyways, this level is actually pretty difficult, and it's gonna be the first one to take me longer than like 15 minutes to beat. The difficulty starts 50% into the level where you have to make these tight robot jumps, and right after, it hits you with this tough spider section. And I have a serious spider problem. To make this worse, this last section when you're at the ball is impossible to sight read because of this fat dragon in the way. Dude, maybe this goddamn dragon was in the way. I was able to see the gameplay. I practiced for around 10 minutes and figured I was ready to play from zero. And in a couple of attempts, I made it to the robot, and I actually died there quite a lot, but after enough attempts, I did get past it and made it to the job for the first time. Nah! The hard demon is really starting to show itself. This challenge isn't going to be as easy as I thought, but I was getting better every attempt, and soon enough, I had a solid shot at beating the level. But I died at the final ball click because I guess I spammed too early. No! I've never died there! Okay, that's fine though. W death though. But eventually, I can't keep dying there, and I managed to beat No Wise. Yeah, baby! Okay, how long did that take me, chat? Dude, like 20-30 minutes to beat a hard demon? Little did I know, though, the troubles I will have. See, I wasn't too worried because I knew this was one of the hardest levels in the gauntlet, so I didn't worry that much about my time. But this next level, Darkness Keeper, would be the first level in this challenge that I will genuinely hate. Because the second I entered the boss fight, I knew immediately what type of level this was. Why does it have to be a boss fight? It's a goddamn learning level! Listen. I heavily dislike learning levels and memory levels because I just don't find it fun. I understand that people like learning levels. You are entitled to your own opinion. Me personally though, I'd rather see them burn in hell, which is kind of fitting actually considering the theme of this level. And I'm really glad that I decided to go for the hardest levels first because imagine having to play this level when I'm like 12 hours in. Oh, hell no! Thank God, right? Insert foreshadowing joke here. And then it gets to this robot part, which isn't too bad, apart from having to remember some specific timings right here where you have to go down because if you jump up, you just get annihilated by this laser. Bro, why? Dude, there's people out here that enjoy this type of gameplay. Then we got to the ending. This ending freaking sucks. Oh my god, I hate this level. Almost every click in this level, there's some type of cute quirk to it. Like for example, right here where you have to click super late because if not, this happens. Guys, I really dislike this level. Like, what's the point of the jump indicator? If you jump on it, you just die anyways. And then this purple dash orb you have to let go or else you die, which is nice. And then this boss shoots too many lasers. I'm getting overstimulated. And then a goddamn domino ad starts playing over Michelle's stream. And I'm losing it, okay? Why is there a domino ad playing right now? Right here is easily the worst timing in this entire challenge. Yes. This here has to be the single worst click in every single level out of these gauntlets. You have to click really early on this orb, but not too early or else you die. And you have to go up really fast or else you die. And then you have to go down at the ball really late or else you die. I know this is a hard demon. I know it's supposed to be hard, but god damn it, I'd rather play a minute of Strayfly than this garbage. At least Strayfly respects your time. This level is just like a toxic relationship. Apart from just the pure memory, the actual gameplay itself not bad. I mean, honestly, I'm doing all this complaining, but it really wasn't that bad. And eventually, I actually became pretty consistent at the first ship. And soon enough, after 10 minutes, I had it fully mastered and memorized, and I did this section for the first time without dying. Yes!
What gauntlet are
Yes! Lock in, chat. Sadly, the run ended at 54% because I jumped too high on the robot, but hey, that's progress. But if you haven't noticed already, this is definitely looking like my longest level so far. But I mean, fair enough. It's not only the hardest gauntlet, but it's also the single hardest level out of all of them, so sure. And soon enough, a couple of attempts later, I had another shot to make it to the end spider and somehow pass through everything on my first attempt, and it was over from there. What? Listen, guys, I know there's a lot of people out there that like flow / learning / memory levels, but I'm not one of them. I do understand their place in Geometry Dash, but usually I would say something like, if you don't like it, then just don't play it. Except I'm kind of forced to play it because of this challenge. Why did I decide to do this challenge? I then proceeded to die to the ending 4 more times, and that's when I started to lose my mind. I'm punching someone in this chat right now. Speak up. Are you ready for some badassery? I mean, are you ready for some badassery? Chat, I mean, are you ready for some badass? And unfortunately, my chat was also starting to rage bait me as well, which became a trend during this stream, which I really didn't like. Please stop rage baiting me, I beg you. This level's barely memory. My brother in Christ! Are we looking at the same level? Bro, half the jumps in this goddamn level, you have to remember some awkward timing because of lasers. So it's just learning, yes. I hate learning. It's like half memory, half learning, bro. It's so annoying. I can't be blaming my memory though when I just die like this. At this point, I've been playing this level for 30 minutes and I just wanted to cry inside. And I wanted to be done with this level so bad. And this is easily taking me the most time out of any level. And literally just look at my chat. They're masters at rage bait. Master baiters, baby. I swear, I fall for it every time. It's barely even a hard demon. Unk, just beat it. It's a hard demon. I swear to God, if I see you comment on this video, I'm gonna ban you on site. It was so bad that I had to legit get on a Darkness Keeper start pause copy to learn that. And to make matters worse, I just wasted my time because it ended up just being bugged anyways, and it didn't let me pass through this section. Guys, are we just like... Bro, dude, that's like a 60 hertz frame perfect. What? Dude, is this bugged? What am I supposed to do? No way, that's actually bugged. No, like actually bugged, chat. Honestly, I had enough. I decided I needed a break, and then I cut back to this level and just move on. So I went to the next gauntlet, the water gauntlet, which is the second hardest gauntlet here. And oh my God, the water gauntlet is so bad. I didn't know that though, but I'm telling you now that it's bad. The first level was actually pretty solid, which is Submerge. And to be honest, Submerge was pretty fun. It was a nice break from this garbage, and I ended up beating it fairly quickly. Oh my God. That again. Okay, that might be the fastest demon I've beaten. So it was time to get back to Darkness Keeper. I was refreshed though and confident this time around and actively focused on remembering everything. And my first attempt went really well and I even died at 83%. Bro, what a joke! What a joke! Which is a throw, but it was a sign of getting better, so I just locked it. The chatter said that they find learning levels fun. Oh, you find learning levels fun? Do you also find paying your taxes fun? No, because of the same thing. But here's what I had to say to that. For me, it's not satisfying because I personally like skill-based gameplay. When I die to something, it feels so unfair. I don't know. It's like, damn, really? Like, that part's so easy, but I died to that, and it just ends up being frustrating. After dying to the ending one more time, though, I finally beat Darkness Keeper, the hardest level in this gauntlet. I swear, though, I reacted more to this level than I did with anything else. Yeah! Screw this freaking level! Man, I'm spinning everywhere, dude. I hate this. In total, this level took me around 48 minutes, which smashes no eyes to the ground. And, well, I guess it is to be expected. You have to spend time to learn the level, which sucks because I just don't want to do that, and I'm really lazy. But the hardest level was now beneath me, and the hardest gauntlet is done. Next is the water gauntlet. Surely, it won't be that bad, right? Next up on the water gauntlet is Trek, and we would soon hit hour 3 right here. And I know this seems like terrible pacing, but I promise you, it's smart tackling all of the hard demons first because there's a ton of easy gauntlets that I could literally just one-shot with no problem. Trek honestly has some nice decoration, but it is an XL level, which means I have to spend a lot of time learning this level. Oh my God, I'm so happy I got that goddamn like memory demon out of the way, bro. I'm so happy. Please tell me there's not another like memory level in this gauntlet. Oh, how naive I was. Cute to me. 3 hours in, not knowing a clue in the world what's paid. is gonna hit me soon. Another reason why I hate Excel levels and why I avoid them is because it's frustrating dying to a section because of one small detail I forgot and then having to spend a whole minute going back, and it just wasted so much time. I hate dying to something that I forgot rather than dying to something that I just messed up. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. I'd rather die to a straight fly 10 times in a row because I know I did something wrong there and I wasn't caught off guard, rather than dying to like 10 small random little quirks hidden throughout the level. Did this video end up being an XL level rant? Maybe, but my point still stands. How do you even spell your girlfriend's name? It's Michelle. You've never like talked to anyone named Michelle in your life? Oh, and remember Michelle? Well, she actually ended up beating ICTX while I was in the middle of playing. Oh my gosh, she did it! Oh! Oh my god! Wait, pause the timer! I'm dying! Let's go! You did it! I'm so proud of you! After celebrating her win, I went back to beat the level and I was making it pretty far every attempt, but my terrible memory made me forget certain random jumps, which definitely didn't help. Please. But eventually, after 30 minutes of playing, I did manage to beat the level once and for all. But this is where the water gauntlet takes a turn for the worst, starting with Soar by Pewds. And look, I like Pewds. He's probably a chill dude, but what isn't chill is this level. I like the decoration, but does this level really have to be 2 minutes and 44 seconds long? Thankfully, a good portion of it is just straight up sight readable, but the gameplay of this level is just so boring and repetitive. I don't get why the level has to be this long. And I just want to clarify, I'm only complaining because I'm forced to sit through this challenge. If it was up to me, I would have just said cool decoration and moved on. But honestly, at least compared to the last one, the experience I had for this level wasn't too bad, and it was just learning some specific choke points. And once I learned those, I was able to beat this level with no hassle. Yes! That's why I'm the GOAT! God damn, I hate XL levels, chat. Once I defeat all the XL levels, it's over. It's actually over. Okay, I just need to get all the XL levels out of the way. Whew. All right. Back to water gauntlets. And I also hit my 4-hour mark here as well. Yes, I know I started with 3 hours only 2 levels ago. This is what having to learn an XL level is like. It's very annoying. I decided to take a short break to eat some food, and when I came back, I had a strategy in mind. I wanted to take down the water gauntlet and then take a break by beating some of the easier gauntlets on the list. So next up was Ocean Rush by Sir Punch. I told you he'd make his return, and let me tell you right now, don't get fooled by his medium demon rating, because this level might be the most frustrating level in all of existence. You think I'm over exaggerating as well? Let's just go ahead and see my experience on this level. And honestly, it starts out pretty easy with a lot of the gameplay being straight up sight readable, and it's around 40% where the problems start to appear. And tell me why there's this random dual portal that's incredibly quirky and gimmicky. Couldn't we just have regular ball gameplay? What is this? And then right after, the level decides to introduce a random gimmick, which is bubble gameplay. I didn't know we were playing Subnautica, where it floats you down and you have to jump up in the air, or else it'll break your bubble, and it's just so gimmicky. Why is this in the level? I don't like it at all. But I'm gonna get back to this, I promise. I'll save the complaining for later. And then it turns into a genuinely difficult robot section, which is probably the hardest part of the entire level, and ends off with a flying ship section, which is honestly kind of cool. Bro, I'm gonna forget this bubble like mechanic, but this is the exact problem with XL levels. They introduce random choke points or random gimmicks more than halfway through the level. And this level is like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, but the hardest part of the level is a minute and a half in. So if you die at 70%, which spoiler alert, I did a lot, so I had to go through a minute and a half of easy and sight readable gameplay over and over again until I reached this one random choke point, and oh my god! Sorry, I might have overreacted again. It seems like watching this footage gave me PTSD. Please, we're only 4 hours in. I played this challenge for way too long. But my first couple of attempts went pretty well, even getting 53%, which is not bad. And poor little me, my poor naive self thought that I was chilling. Alright, light work. It's so easy. This is actually free. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This level is not as bad as the others, okay? Because that 53% run gave me a false sense of security. Little did I know, though, the horrors had awaited me very soon. Surprisingly, when I made it back to where I died last time, I somehow fluked this bubble section and made it to the hardest part of the level, which is the robot, which boosted my mood a little bit. No, dude, 62. But notice the time. They were merely attempts away from each other, but very far attempts adds many minutes to the timer, and it starts to rack up quickly. This is where my mental decline really started. Bro, what? Every single attempt, I made it to at least 40%, which is just a minute wasted every time I die. Bro, what is this double water bit physics? bubble. Chat, I hate Excel levels. And then I just end up dying to some random BS like this death right here, where I just clicked too early because of this random bubble mechanic, which isn't even in the game. Sir Punch just decided to add a random gimmick 50% into the level, which is just bound to kill everyone when they get there because they're just not used to it. When people say they hate gauntlet levels, this is why. This is what people mean when they say they don't like Excel levels. It's just not fun dying to a random choke point when the rest of the level is just so easy. Oh my god, this is not Video Demon for sure, bro. I know, bro. Make us freaking insane demon. I hate this game. I legit just had enough. Remember, I started this demon at 4 hours and it's been 42 minutes and I figured I needed a break. I don't give up though. I still had hope. After all, once I'm done with the water gauntlet, it's just easy gauntlets from here. So my new strategy is interweaving easy gauntlets with hard ones. So essentially, I'll play a hard level every once in a while and then swap into easy ones to not only progress quicker, but a much needed break from whatever the hell I'm going through playing these demons. So I put Ocean Rush on the back burner and decided to tackle the fire gauntlet. And it was extremely easy and I just one-shot everything and I marked it off the list. Well, actually, I did die once at Magmatic Sanctuary because I had an unsight readable portal spam, so that's great. But yeah, that's the fire gauntlet done. And so, feeling locked in, I went back to Ocean Rush and focused up. This time, I stopped complaining and focused in on not dying to the choke points. And unfortunately, I did die to the random gimmick 2 more times, so I hopped on a Star Pause Coffee and did 54 through 81%, which is basically the entire level's difficulty, so I was feeling very confident. And I finally had my chance because when I passed the bubble section from this level one more time, I knew this was it. No! It was extremely frustrating. I've beaten many extreme demons, but I can't beat this random medium demon, so I decided to take a break after 9 minutes of playing because Idea was getting mad and I needed to calm down. Thankfully, I'm pretty good at regulating my emotions, so I knew this is the right call to make. And so once again, I took a step back and tackled another easy gauntlet, the Ice Gauntlet. And these levels were easy to sight read, and it was a much needed break from Ocean Rush, and it really did help me calm down from the rage of these Excel levels. I get all Excels out of the way, brother. The thing is that like, bro, I don't care about Excels that much. It's the demon Excels, bro, because they fool you when it says easy demon. It is not easier medium demon, brother. Bro, those are insane / extreme demons, you hear me? However, I can't complain. I must keep going on with this challenge. YouTube is not my full-time job, so I must do what I can to entertain the people. Or that's how I cope, I don't know. And on my second attempt from 0, I finally got past the extremely hard robot section, and I hoped for the best. No! That death was very unfortunate, but I had to stand my ground or else I'm never gonna beat this level. It was so rough knowing that I had so much more to do. But eventually, I can't keep dying here forever, and I did eventually beat Ocean Rush by Sir Punch. Yes! 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 This level took 1 hour and 10 minutes to complete in total. That's right, a hard demon, by the way, took me 48 minutes. I've beaten Cataclysm in 13 minutes. I beat ICDX in literally 20 minutes, and I even beat Acropolis in 30 minutes. But all of that combined still didn't beat the hour and 10 minutes it took me to beat a medium demon. Make it make sense! I know the complaining is getting annoying, but believe me, it gets worse, don't worry. There's gonna be a lot more complaining. After all, we're only 5 hours in. You have no idea how much longer I'm gonna go for. And next up was Calypso Blitz. And looking at this name, it still gives me shivers down my spine. This level is just your average XL Demon Gauntlet level. Starts off stupid easy at the beginning and then goes into the most insane and unsight readable gameplay of all time. Bro, what is this? I can't see a thing! What the hell? What is going on? Like, look at this. This is one of the harder parts of this level, and it's 57% in. How do I read any of this gameplay? Here's a tip, Henry. You're not supposed to. And then you head into the worst part. 75% into the level, you're thrown into the most gimmicky boss fight of all time. It's not even a boss fight. You're literally just playing volleyball in Geometry Dash. You have to jump and hit the volleyball in the air, but it gives you no time to react. So you have to literally memorize everything, which is so annoying. Dude, really? I have to beat this? Yeah, I know it says it at the bottom, but that doesn't help at all. It was so frustrating that I had to resort to using half speed to learn this section. There's no way I have to go on half speed to do this, chat. Why is there, like, guys, please, we need to stop with gimmicky levels. It's not fun to play, chat. If you're please, if you're gonna add a gimmick, make it the entire level. They'll still, yes, I know XL levels are their own skill set. I just really dislike playing XL levels, okay? Every XL level feels like an unskippable YouTube ad, okay? I'm doing all of this hating, but really, looking back, I am kind of over-exaggerating for the purposes of content. To be honest, these XL levels aren't too bad on their own. My dislike for them are only elevated because I've been playing for 5 hours straight and I'm forced to do them. That's all. On their own, they're 5 levels, and honestly, if the level looks good, I definitely won't complain too much. Like, I'll still hate it, but at least I'll hate it in HD, and I really hate to admit this, but once you actually learn the level, it is pretty fun. So take my hating with a pinch of salt, and don't come out this video thinking I'm just some crazy big hater. The second practice attempt, though, was much better, and I realized that it is incredibly easier to just sight read what to use the LDM version, so I decided to rock with that. And eventually, I actually did learn the volleyball section and managed to do it once. This is so difficult because it's just not forgiving. You have to be exact. It's so BS. Like, they act like I'm a volleyball god or something. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I decided right now is a good time to take a break, but what's crazy is that I've only been playing this level for 11 minutes. And honestly, it kind of felt like 20 minutes, so I was surprised looking back that it didn't take so long. So I played the Halloween Gauntlet this time, and it starts off incredibly easy with a 3-star. And I'll tell you what, this gauntlet was fun, and I had a lot of cool decorations, and it was really enjoyable. The Lava Gauntlet as well was just as easy, albeit with a lot more outdated decoration. But I remember playing every single one of these levels back in the day in my middle school cafeteria. Good times. Feeling relieved, I went back to the final level of the Water Gauntlet and locked in. And this time, I was really starting to understand the gameplay. It's crazy how much better I play if I just move past my hatred and focus on the levels individually, and I was actually happy. This level's not that bad. It's definitely doable, chat. You know, I'm not gonna lie, once I have the boss battle down, it really is not that bad. After getting a new best of 38%, I went back to doing a really easy gauntlet. This time I'm doing the Christmas Gauntlet. Oh, and by the way, speaking of the Christmas Gauntlet, Michelle wanted to let you guys know while I'm writing the script for this video that she thinks the gingerbread man right here is really cute. But honestly, she's way cuter, so I don't know what she means. But babe, you're dating a Geometry Dash player, your standards are already really low. But regardless, this is what Gauntlets should be. Fun, cute levels with a nice theme. This one was definitely an enjoyable gauntlet. This boss fight is probably my favorite of all of them too. This song is just so good. Dude, this song's fire! Yeah, hit it! I went back to the Water Gauntlet for the final time and focused on the choke points. And eventually I made it far enough to where I could get a new best and died to 51%. I was happy about that though. Remember, any progress is good progress. Been taking a break from that's W. And then I decided to take another break after only 8 minutes of playing. Yeah, I'm only playing a small chunk at a time, but it really helps me for my mental in this challenge. Up next was the Crystal Gauntlet, and it was really chill, and I decided to update my stream on what my spreadsheet was looking like. Although the entire time, admittedly, my girlfriend has been telling me which gauntlets to play to save time, and she forgot that she could scroll down on the document, so I wasn't actually playing the easiest or worst. We did these. Oh wait, no, babester, there's still a lot more. Those are not the easiest.
Wait, why is mine not scrolling down then?
We got a lot of easy ones to do still. Then we're big chilling.
Because my window it wouldn't scroll back no more.
Why did I jump? I'm so stupid. Playing Geometry Dash for this long is bound to make anyone frustrated though. Thank God I had my beautiful girlfriend to calm me down during these hard times. And eventually I had a solid shot of beating the level, reaching the volleyball boss fight for the first time from 0. No! And that run gave me a lot of confidence. But remember, every attempt is basically a minute down the drain, so it really fills up your time. So I took another break and I played the easiest gauntlet out of the 40. You know that the hardest gauntlet is the Doom Gauntlet, but what is actually the easiest? Well, it turns out it's the Fantasy Gauntlet. Oh my god, it's so incredibly easy. It was not only easy, it was also really fun, and it had amazing decoration, and it was overall just really fun to play. But enough was enough! I'm gonna finish Calypso Blitz like my life goddamn depends on it! If I don't beat this level, I'm applying to Papa John's again. And I did just that, because when I reached the volleyball boss fight for the second time, I locked in. Holy... Yes! Let's freaking go! The worst gauntlet done! We're done. Seriously, tell me how! It took me 48 minutes to beat a hard demon and 45 minutes to beat a medium demon. Just tell me how! These medium demons these days are just cracked out bad, I swear. But I finally had the top 2 hardest gauntlets done. So I decided to take a break and work on a couple easy ones, starting with the Shadow Gauntlet. And it was definitely interesting to say the least, but for a Shadow Gauntlet, some of these levels were definitely really bright. I was so happy that I was finally done with the misery of the Water Gauntlet. And now up next was the Universe Gauntlet. But I opened up the gauntlet and I quickly recognized it. Oh, I know this gauntlet. Okay, chat, even though this is the 3rd hardest gauntlet, I actually did do this gauntlet for a video, so it's not like I know nothing. I actually do know these levels. I've played them before and I've beaten them. That's right. If you actually go back a while, I uploaded this video and I actually played this gauntlet before, which means my experience with these levels wouldn't be too bad. Starting with this one, and as I continue playing, I remembered some of the random quirks, and honestly, this XL level isn't too bad compared to the other ones. At least this one has balanced gameplay, so one part isn't just insanely hard compared to the others, which just makes this a much more fair experience. I played this fairly fast in under 20 minutes. Nice! Let's go! And then I went to the Discord gauntlet, and this gauntlet's cool, but there's this easy 3-star level that has one of the hardest jumps I've ever seen for a 3-star, and it's right here. I swear this is much harder than it looks. This jump right here has no business being in a 3-star level. Bro's trying to be an extreme demon in disguise. By this point, I've been playing for 8 hours straight, and it was literally 4:40 a.m. for me, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel a little tired. Next up on the chopping block in the universe gauntlet was Bismarck, and it was kind of cool actually. This is a medium demon, and this one actually felt and played like one for sure, and it wasn't really too bad. I learned, played it, and I beat it fairly quickly in like the span of 10 minutes. Since I beat it a little too fast, am I cheating? I went straight ahead to the next one, Lutetia. This level is so bad. God, I remember this level. I had so much trouble with this level, which is a French-themed demon, and just like the French, I wanted to surrender, but I had to keep going. I don't like this level for various reasons, but it's mainly because it's a learning level and it's buggy, and if your level's gonna be learning, at least don't be buggy, please. But hey, it's not XL. I won't go too in-depth what's so buggy about this level. It just forces you into a specific click pattern, where if you don't click certain orbs in a certain way, then it literally kills you with an invisible wall, which I'm really against having in levels. But you're having fun, man, because I'm having the greatest, funnest experience right now. So I played for about 9 minutes and went straight to the bonus gauntlet and quickly smashed that up. The good thing is that I've already played this level before, so I knew about all the bugs, and so my second time around was really easy, and I did manage to beat it fairly fast. Nice. Haha, take that, French! I didn't surrender this time. Next up in the universe gauntlet was Fabric, and honestly, the level was really fun, and to be honest, the song kind of rocks. This is one of those levels where you can choose your own way. I very quickly realized that going the top way is so much harder than going at the bottom, so I decided to stick to staying at the bottom. Oh, you're right, dude. This is actually free. Wait, okay, wait, that's it? I'm at the boss fight already? Wait, this is free. I just gotta learn this random choke point right here. I learned that choke point, and as I always do, destroyed Fabric again. Nice! Woo! Easy peasy! And in a reasonable amount of time as well. Hey, we're actually making progress now. And for the final boss of the universe gauntlet is Azadal. And with a name like that, you already know I'm cooked. Oh my god, I was so cooked. But I didn't know what level of cookedness I was gonna be. Rare, medium rare, legendary, well done cooked? We're about to find out. And when I loaded up the level, I made it to the drop. I immediately knew what type of level this was. Oh my god, it's learning. It's learning! Look, guys, I don't care that much about learning levels. It's just the fact that I'm 9 hours into this challenge. I've learned enough. I don't want to learn anymore. I just want to play. Please, no more orbs. Just show me a straight fly and let me die in peace. Okay, no. We're taking a break, chat. No. We're absolutely taking a break. We're not doing that. I decided to procrastinate on this demon and played the portal gauntlet instead. And I'm really starting to feel the effects of the lights flashing on my screen for 9 hours straight. Seriously though, how in the world do people make levels like these? It's actually sorcery. And then I came across Why Me. Yes, that's the actual title, and I know this level had a ton of controversy behind it, and here's my take. I actually am not gonna give my take. I don't really care. I'm 9 hours into this challenge, but it was really easy though, and I did beat it my first attempt. And back to the universe gauntlet I go, trying to beat this Asian level. And no matter what Michelle Ancestors taught me, I did not have peace playing this level. You can't cancel me for saying that, okay? Michelle approved of this joke. But anyways, there is this duel section with really awkward wave gameplay, and honestly, if it wasn't for the jump indicators, I'd seriously be so incredibly cooked. I hate this level. I hated learning this level. I really did not want to learn this, but there's literally no point in complaining anymore, so I just have to sit down and accept the reality that I just have a major skill issue when it comes to learning an XL levels. There, I said it, okay? Yes, I suck at XL and learning levels. I know I'm terrible. I don't want to admit it, but there you go. Are you happy now? At the very least, the ending was free, so all I had to do was make it to 60% and it was GG from there. I even went in half speed to help speed up the process of learning, and honestly, I was getting much better really fast. It's okay, I just gotta get this done, dude. I just got this level done. I don't want to, dude. I hate this level, chat. This level sucks. Oh my god. I also decided to switch to the LDF version since it made the gameplay stand out a lot more, which helped in the learning process for sure. And once I got the beginning down, dare I say it, it was starting to become kind of fun. And surprisingly, with minimal complaining, I actually did 30 through 100% really fast. Holy crap. What was that run from? I said 30 through 100. Am I becoming better at flow levels and Excel levels? Is there something wrong with me? I'm supposed to be bad. Why am I kind of good? Hold on. Is this character development? After a couple of minutes, progress will flow again. See what I did there? This gauntlet. Chat, once I finish this level, chat, the top 4 hardest gauntlets are completed, chat. So it only gets easier from here. Imagine Rotom adds a new gauntlet while he's doing it. Bro, if he does that, I'm genuinely gonna crash out. That would be the worst timing, quite literally, of all time. Well, at least if it's like an easy gauntlet. Imagine, dude, imagine he releases a demon gauntlet. I decided that it was a good point to take a break, and I want to do some of the easier gauntlets once again. I'm quite liking this strategy that I'm doing. Spike Gauntlet is up next. Oh my god, chat, we're back to really chill levels. Thank god. Oh, we're back to doing the chill ones. No crazy, like, hard, insane flashing lights, dude. I'm done with that. I'm really happy that not every gauntlet is just some random medium demon slump. It's nice to just steamroll through some easy levels every once in a while. I came back to this level with the mind of a warrior, and I wanted to slay the beast. And with my lifted mood and hiding consistency, I did just that. Yes! Yes! Alright, chat, that's it. The 4th hardest gauntlet done. It's just gonna get easier from here, chat. It's just gonna get easier. Now, I had the top 4 hardest gauntlets done, and it was just easy demons from here on out. Even though I've been playing for 10 hours, the defeat of that level really lifted my mood, and I was feeling really good and positive about this challenge. Now, it was time to do the castle gauntlet, and I've never actually played through this gauntlet before, so I was really hoping it wouldn't be too bad. And to be honest, it wasn't bad at all. The first level was Crush, and no, not the soda, but Crush, like Michelle. Anyways, this level's sick, and I really like the art style of this one. And unlike some other levels, this level doesn't throw some random choke points at you. It was fun, well balanced, and no random gimmicks. Overall, really fun. There was this one section right here with a spider where you had to memorize some patterns since it would swing you up, but once you know that, it really wasn't too bad. The thing is though, this level kind of faked me out because I thought this animation right here was some type of ending animation, but I was surprised when it threw me back into the ship. Oh, it ends at 80%. I see, okay. Never mind, I lied. I died a couple times when I was far in the level, which kind of sucks since this level is pretty long, but like I said, it wasn't too frustrating, and I was really happy all the difficulty was behind me with the 4 gauntlet, and eventually Crush was crushed by my hands. That's what I call poetic justice right there. Shakespeare could never. The level was pretty long though. It felt like eternity while playing it, but it only took me 20 minutes to beat, which is kind of crazy. Poison Gauntlet is another one of those classics. You can never go wrong with old 2.1 gameplay, but I completely forgot that the Poison Gauntlet had an infamous level. Alright, Generation Retro. Classic, chat. Colin's favorite level. Definitely don't tell Colin this, but I actually kind of liked Generation Retro. Maybe I'm just blindsided by the nostalgia, or maybe I just like the song because it distracts me from the pain. Busted it out. Poison Gauntlet was finished, and my spreadsheet was starting to look pretty good. Next on the Castle Gauntlet was Glorious Fortress. And fun fact, I actually met Jamatak in real life during VidCon. He lent me his hairbrush, so I appreciate him for that. This one is actually pretty good though. It's fun, it has a nice song, and it's overall very nicely made. I have a confession to make though, and it's that I beat this level on ultra low detail mode. What? Just because I'm a scum? I'm go ultra LDM, bro, because like I need the rawest gameplay possible. That's right, I know. But look, I'm 11 hours into this challenge. I don't care about cool decoration, and I just want to be done already. This is the ULDM, okay? It's not cheating. It's part of the official level, all right? Can't get mad at me for using something that's in the level, all right? Does it make me a villain? Maybe. Jam, if you're watching this video, I'm really sorry I didn't do your level justice. No, why did I go for the swag route? You got sleep, bro. I'm happy for you, man. What about me? I can't sleep yet, dude. I gotta do this challenge. Yeah, goats don't sleep, Chad. You think LeBron James sleeps? He never slept. Not a single wink, chat. Just believe me, he never slept. Bill Gates? That man never slept a single second. Alright, Jeff Bezos didn't sleep either. No one, all successful people just don't sleep. They're nocturnal. That's me, because I'm a goat. Definitely don't fact check me on that one. ULDM did make this level a little too easy though, and I beat it in like 2 seconds. Easy peasy, chat. W. Their progress is really starting to speed up now, and I'm starting to get my energy back. But, it's been so long that I started the video with the sun up. Then it went down, and it's now back up again. There's daylight. Wait, it's already 8 a.m.? The time flies way too fast when you're having fun. I decided to tackle the mystery gauntlet, and in one of the levels there's this cursed wave, which really caught me off guard. So it's only gonna get easier for... What the hell is this gameplay? Bro, did you guys see my wave? I finished that up and focused my energy on the next team in the Castle Gauntlet Sky Tower. And I had such a terrible experience playing this level. Listen, this is actually a good level and it's well made. It's just that when you're 12 hours into a challenge, this might be the worst level to face. It's fast paced, it's learning, and it's just way too much when you're tired. So this is going to be a serious challenge. Bro. Dude, this is too much. This is too much, man. The idea of this level is that you're climbing up a tower, but it's just way too energetic for me, man. Also, what is this? It kind of looks like a sperm cell traveling over the water, and it's not exactly obvious what it's supposed to be. I really do not want to play this level, but I have to. Why is it so fast, man? Can we get a slow-paced demon? Remember when I said I could regulate my emotions? Yeah, that was before Calypso Blitz, because my emotions are just flying everywhere right now. 1 second I'm mad. Oh my god, but and the other I'm confident and happy, 60%. Wait, this is so easy, bro. What am I saying? And it's definitely just the fact that I shouldn't be awake right now. Very quickly, I got 78%. And at the same time, also crossed a big milestone, 12 hours. Clock strikes 12. Midnight arrives. It got to a point where I actually genuinely wanted to give up. So I took a break and tried some more easy gauntlets. So I went straight to the time gauntlet. And this one wasn't too bad. It's just this first level that was really confusing and with it just glitching out.
Road to sock up in circles.
But looking back, it's obvious that my mental state is in a very serious decline. Oh my god, of course, there's an invisible dash orb that doesn't pop up. You have to have the reaction time of a NASCAR racer. At this point, I wasn't playing Geometry Dash anymore. Geometry Dash was playing me. But even dying to the simplest of deaths caused me to get very annoyed, which is definitely not a good sign for this challenge. And it quickly turned from fun to extremely miserable, with every death leaving me unsatisfied, and I kept dying to spots that I would never die to in practice mode. And it was because I simply wasn't locked in. Why does this have to be what gauntlets are about? This is not fun at all. I want to cry, chats. So feeling like I needed another break, I went ahead and started working on another gauntlet, the NCS gauntlet. And the first level up is Slasher. And this level is also pretty sick. It was definitely a really easy demon, and it has a fun section where your screen has to turn to its side, which threw me off a little bit. And this level also jump scares you in the end screen as well, but I was way too tired to react to the jump scare, so I just stared at it blankly. What the hell? And you can not only see, but hear me slowly drifting away from this challenge. Interesting. This is where things take a turn for the worse. And honestly, this is gonna sound like the world's craziest excuse, but I promise you that this actually happened. I got a text from my parents, and it was low-key an emergency, and I had to step out for a bit to help. So I didn't feel comfortable telling my stream though what exactly was going on. So I decided to make a fake excuse saying that I was tired and I wanted to keep going on by myself. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting really tired. I'm gonna finish this off camera. I just don't want to keep streaming right now. And after taking care of the emergency, I took a real quick shower and went back to grinding, and I actually felt really refreshed here. And I quickly beat Slasher in no time. I went back to the Castle Gauntlet to take care of Sky Tower, and I turned on no clip mode to get some actual good practice in and lock it up beating the level. What I didn't expect though was that I actually beat it in no clip mode, because I got 0 deaths, which, you know what, I'm not gonna complain. I know it's hella suspicious, but if you know me, you know that I love practicing in no clip mode, so I swear I didn't cheat. And now it's about to turn 13 hours into this challenge, and next up was Castlevania. And honestly, I really vibe with the song, and the decoration was sick. This is another one of those pick your own path levels, but I was insanely confused when I reached around 50% where there was this door that would insta kill me, and I wasn't sure what was going on. I went to the comments to see what was up, and I saw someone said that they had to search up a guide to beat this level. Are you serious? 13 hours into this challenge, I don't want to spend time to learn another level. Please save me. So I decided to just screw it. I'm gonna come back and grind a lot of the easier gauntlets to get my numbers up. So I took down the Chaos Gauntlet, but by the time I hit the Cyborg Gauntlet, I looked like the hollow shell of a man. Like, if you put me in a cutscene, you'd think this would be the start of my villain arc. But it was right here when I was playing the last level of the Cyborg Gauntlet that I was feeling so incredibly tired, and I was debating giving up. But just look at me, I'm so cooked. But I don't give up, or at least I didn't want to. I took a look at my spreadsheet, and I'm only 50% of the way there. And I decided that if I'm gonna beat this challenge, then I should be able to at least take a tiny nap. And I figured it would still count as one sitting if I just took like a 20-minute nap to get some of my energy back. So I set the timer on my phone and went to bed. This was my greatest mistake because I overslept that alarm, and I slept the entire way through. So yes, I have failed this challenge. Look, I do crazy challenges sometimes, and I don't complete them, but I try my hardest. I'm down to try again though. So if you guys want to see more challenges like this, let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.